Yo, everyday superpower. I've just grabbed myself a coffee. I bloody need one. If I sound a little bit tired, guess why? It's 'cause I am. Alright. So, today we're going to be talking about dating body language, believe it or not. We're going to talk about seductive body language. And we're actually going to look at both sides. Maybe more so to the man side, as per purely as I can speak from experience, but we're going to speak on both sides of the field here. So, what I want to talk about is emphasizing sexual differences as a means of attracting a potential mate. Right? So, our body actually does half of the work for us, believe it or not. Our biological drive to procreate actually creates and emphasizes and signals our sex and emboldens the difference between the two more than you would believe. Generally speaking, you're going to have submissive cues from the woman and more dominant and masculinized based cues and behaviours from the man. Although there could be a degree of submissive behaviour within the man's body language in order to show vulnerability and openness and allow another person in. Okay, not to be so overtly dominant as to where you are deemed aggressive and frightening, because that's going to turn somebody off. It's going to incite a repulsive reaction. So let's have a brief think as to how we can and how we do emphasize our sexual differences. Well, a woman has a smaller frame, generally. Biologically, her and her counterpart are going to share a different bone structure. So the man will have a protruding jaw in relation to the woman, whereas a woman will have a skinnier neck and a slimmer set of wrists, as to which she will roll her sleeves up in a seductive manner. Symbolic of taking clothes off, she will expose more of herself, rolling her wrists up, exposing her feminine features. She will show her neck in submission, because, getting a neck attacked by a potential predator is a matter of life or death, most surely. So she will expose the feminine neck, potentially in doing so wafting a feminine fragrance as to which she has applied today to accentuate and emphasize the difference between the sexes, to sexually signal her femininity to the man. Whereas the man may puff his big masculine chest up and out without even being aware. And in doing so, he sucks his stomach in, he stands taller and larger, more territorial, he takes up more space. You see? And the woman might try through some means to look smaller and more helpless. I need a big, strong man in my life. And the man needs a small woman to care for and look after. As far as the Freudian element goes, you could definitely perceive it as a parental relation either way you look at it, depending on how the communication goes. A woman's clothes. So, clothing that is specifically made for women, even the designing artist might not be aware as to the biological emphasis they are subconsciously placing upon the different sexed clothes. A man's jacket may be padded at the shoulders. A business jacket, like a suit jacket, will be padded at the shoulders. Replicant of a gorilla, emphasizing the masculine strength that derives from the shoulders. Broad shoulders, I've done a video on that. Being able to throw rocks and spears in link to our primitive ancestors. To do a better job at defending the weak, innocent, and submissive feminine. The man, as I spoke on in regards to standing taller, will take up more space. Through whichever means. The legs will expand, or at least the footing will. A broader stance will promote a sturdier foundation and create a more territorial positioning for oneself, as opposed to the woman who won't stand in such a manner. She may stand coyly with her feet together, aiming in the direction of the man to indicate a direct attraction and concentration, but she might take up less space. So in emphasizing the sexual differences, what you can do is target and concentrate the balance. If you go halfway as far as your masculine display, you may meet halfway the feminine. If you go as far as you can in displaying and orchestrating your masculinity and exposing yourself in the fullest of your masculine capability, you may attract the utmost feminine. The dominant will attract the submissive, and the masculine will attract the feminine, right? The man's t-shirt revealing a masculine trait, the strong chest, the potential of strong trapezius muscles, strong forearms and arms, which, if you are a man, you can accentuate lifting heavy weights, something a woman can't necessarily compete as well as a man in. Brute upper body strength. It accentuates what you are. That was a brief talk. Sexual differences and the highlighting of such. If you want to learn the real game and assess body language in real time with me in dating situations, click the link in the description. Peace.